my beloved child. Before the world began to spin, before the oceans learned their rhythm, before your name was ever spoken by human lips, I knew you. I watched you long before you understood what watching meant. I counted every tear you would one day cry, every silent prayer you would whisper in the dark. Every night when your heart felt heavy and no one else noticed. And yet even then I smiled, because I already saw what was coming. Hear me now, not with fear, not with doubt, but with a heart that is willing to rest. Blessings are already moving toward you. They are not rushing like a storm meant to frighten you, but arriving gently, like rain that soaks dry ground after a long season of drought. You may not hear thunder, you may not see lightning, but life is already being restored where you thought nothing could grow again. I want you to understand something deeply today. There is no force greater than my love for you, and no plan stronger than what I have written for your life. You have tried to figure it out on your own. You have replayed conversations, mistakes, missed opportunities, wondering where things went wrong. But what you called failure, I was using as preparation. What you called delay, I was using as protection. I am not distant from you. I have never turned my face away. Even when you felt lost, even when you believed you were walking alone through a desert of unanswered questions, I was guiding every step, silently, carefully, toward a spring you could not yet see. There are moments when you wondered why others seemed to receive blessings so quickly, while your own hands felt empty. But understand this. I do not measure greatness the way the world does. While many chase what is loud, visible, and impressive, I often choose what appears small, hidden, and humble. Because within it, I see limitless potential. Some of my greatest gifts enter quietly. They do not announce themselves. They do not come wrapped in spectacle. They arrive disguised as ordinary moments, simple opportunities, unexpected connections, or small decisions that later change everything. That is why I ask you now, open your eyes. What you have been praying for is closer than you think. I search for hearts that are teachable, not perfect. I'm drawn to those who still choose love when bitterness would be easier, who still forgive when the wound has not fully healed, who still believe even after disappointment tried to convince them otherwise. And yes, I have chosen you. Do not doubt this, even for a moment. Your destiny was not written by chance. It was traced intentionally with care, long before you ever took your first breath. Every season of your life has been guided. The joyful ones, the painful ones, and even the confusing ones where nothing seemed to make sense. None of it was wasted. Now I invite you closer. Come into my presence daily. Lay down the questions that have been weighing on your heart. Lay down the guilt you keep replaying. Lay down the fear that whispers you are not enough. You do not need to hide from me. I already know you, and I still want you. The time is approaching when you will be asked to step into responsibilities greater than what you have known before. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to awaken you. There are miracles that will flow through your obedience, through your voice, through your willingness to trust me, even when you cannot see the full picture. You are not forgotten. Heaven itself carries blessings with your name written on them. And they are not random. They are carefully designed for you and for those connected to you. I know you have questions. I know you have wondered why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain prayers seemed unanswered. Trust me with all your heart. Things are aligning, not just on earth, but beyond what you can see. I have already spoken an unbreakable command over your life. Provision will come, debts will loosen their grip, wisdom beyond your years will guide your decisions, and peace will settle where anxiety once lived. You were loved before you were born. You were protected even when you felt exposed. You were forgiven even before you asked, and nothing, not your mistakes, not your weakness, not your moments of doubt, has disqualified you from my plan. I am not afraid of your failures. I am moved by your sincerity. I see the difference between a heart that pretends and a heart that truly longs to grow. And yours, your heart still reaches for me, even when it feels tired. There will be voices that try to judge you. Ignore them. No human has the authority to define what I have already redeemed. Continue approaching me with humility, curiosity, and faith, and I will reward you in ways that cannot be explained by logic alone. You have not been asking for selfish gain. Your prayers have carried concern for your family, for protection, for stability, for peace. I have heard every word, and I will answer, more generously than you expect. New people will enter your life. Opportunities will appear that seem almost accidental. Situations that look like obstacles will reveal themselves as doorways. Be patient, be watchful. And above all, remember this: the greatest blessing you already carry is my love. Tonight, as you rest, your soul will be refreshed. Burdens you have been carrying quietly will begin to lift. Strength will return, not the noisy kind, but the steady kind that allows you to stand without fear. You do not need to search endlessly for reassurance. My word is alive. Receive it, and it will fill you from the inside out. You are not alone. You never have been. And this is only the beginning. And now, my beloved child, listen even more closely, because what I am about to reveal is meant to settle something deep inside you. Something that has been restless for far too long. You have carried questions that you never spoke out loud. You have smiled when others expected strength, even while your heart felt tired. You have learned how to endure silently. And I have seen it all. Not one moment escaped my attention. Not one tear fell unnoticed. There were nights when you lay awake, staring into the darkness, replaying moments that could not be changed, wondering whether you had missed your moment, whether life had already passed you by. But I tell you this now with certainty: nothing has passed you by. Time did not forget you. Opportunity did not abandon you. I did not overlook you. I was shaping you in places where applause does not exist, where recognition never reaches, where only endurance builds true strength. You see, what you are stepping into next requires depth. It requires patience. It requires a heart that knows how to remain gentle even after being wounded. And that is why your journey unfolded the way it did. Not to break you, but to prepare you. You wondered why certain people entered your life only to leave again. Why promises were made and then quietly broken. Why loyalty seemed rare and trust became painful. But understand this: not everyone is meant to walk with you into the next season. Some were only meant to teach you discernment. Some were meant to reveal your capacity to forgive. And some were meant to show you that your strength does not come from others. It comes from me. Do not mourn what had to end. Do not chase what chose to leave. Where you are going, you cannot carry unnecessary weight. I am making room for new relationships that will not drain you. new connections that will respect your spirit, new alliances that will align with your purpose rather than compete with it. There is a shift happening inside you, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. You are becoming more aware, more grounded, less reactive. You no longer crave validation the way you once did. You are beginning to value peace over proving yourself. And that is not weakness. That is maturity. I know you have felt pressure from the world to hurry, to compare, to measure your life against timelines that were never designed for you. But your path is unique. Your rhythm is intentional. What I am building in you is meant to last, not to impress for a moment and then collapse under pressure. Trust this process, even when it feels slow, even when progress feels invisible. Growth is still happening beneath the surface. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be to receive what is coming next. There will soon be moments when things begin to make sense all at once. Conversations that answer old prayers. Opportunities that connect dots you thought were unrelated. You will look back and realize that every delay protected you from something you were not ready to handle yet. I am aligning circumstances in your favor. Not by chance, but by design. Doors will open that you did not force. Paths will clear that you did not manipulate. And you will recognize that this is not your doing alone. This is my hand at work. But remember this, what you receive next will require responsibility. Blessings are not just gifts, they are assignments. Prosperity is not only provision, it is stewardship. Influence is not given to elevate ego. It is entrusted to serve others. That is why I am speaking to your heart now before everything unfolds. Stay humble, stay teachable, stay rooted. The higher you rise, the more essential it becomes to stay grounded in truth and gratitude. I am not calling you to withdraw from the world. I'm calling you to move through it differently, with wisdom, with discernment, with confidence that does not need to announce itself. There will be days ahead when you will be tempted to doubt again. Old fears may resurface. Familiar anxieties may try to return. But when they do, remember how far you have already come. Remember who carried you through moments you thought would break you. Remember the strength that appeared when you had none left. You did not survive by accident. You were sustained on purpose. I am healing areas of your heart that you learned to ignore just to keep going. I am restoring hope where disappointment once settled. I am renewing vision where fatigue blurred your dreams. And as this healing continues, you will notice a quiet confidence rising within you. Not arrogance, not pride, but assurance. You will begin to trust yourself again. Not because you are perfect, but because you are guided. You will begin to make decisions with clarity instead of fear. You will stop over-explaining yourself. You will stop apologizing for taking up space. You will stop shrinking to make others comfortable. This is not rebellion. This is alignment. I am teaching you when to speak and when to remain silent. When to move forward and when to wait. When to hold on and when to release. Wisdom will guide your steps, and peace will confirm your direction. And yes, provision is coming. Tangible provision. Practical provision. The kind that eases your worries and stabilizes your foundation. You will not always struggle the way you once did. You will not always carry the same financial pressure. You will not always feel like you are one step away from falling behind. But let me remind you again, wealth without peace is not prosperity. That is why I am first establishing peace within you, so that when increase arrives, it does not overwhelm you, so that when abundance flows, it does not distract you, so that when success comes, it does not pull you away from what truly matters. Your family matters. Your health matters. Your inner life matters. I am not blessing you to lose yourself. I am blessing you to live fully. There will be restoration in relationships, conversations that bring closure, apologies that heal old wounds, forgiveness that finally frees you from emotional debt. And where reconciliation is not possible, there will be peace, deep, settling peace that allows you to move forward without resentment. I am teaching you that forgiveness is not approval of what hurt you. It is release from the power it held over you. Soon you will notice that things that once triggered you no longer have the same effect. Words that once wounded you will lose their grip. Situations that once overwhelmed you will feel manageable, not because life suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger. You are stepping into a season of clarity, of refinement, of purpose. I am positioning you to be a source of stability for others. Your calm will speak louder than your words. Your presence will bring reassurance. Your story will inspire without needing exaggeration. And people will wonder how you carry yourself with such peace, not knowing the depth of what you have endured to get here. Do not hide what I am doing in you, but also do not feel the need to explain it to everyone. Some will understand, some will not. That is okay. What matters is that you remain anchored in me. Each day, return to this place of stillness. Each day, choose faith over fear, patience over panic, trust over control. You do not have to have everything figured out. You only need to stay connected. And as you do, I will continue to reveal the next steps. Not all at once, but one clear step at a time. Because that is how I lead. Not with confusion, not with chaos, but with steady light, enough for today and assurance for tomorrow. You are not walking toward uncertainty. You are walking toward fulfillment. And what is coming next will confirm everything I have spoken to your heart. And now, my beloved child, let the noise around you fade for a moment, because I want to speak to the part of you that still feels unsure, the part that wonders whether this peace you are beginning to sense can truly last. I know how many times hope rose inside you only to be tested again. I know how carefully you guard your heart now, how you hesitate before trusting fully, how you weigh every decision because disappointment once came when you least expected it. Do not condemn yourself for that. It was not weakness, it was survival. And now survival is giving way to renewal. I am not asking you to rush forward blindly. I am asking you to walk with awareness, to recognize that this season is different. You are not the same person who once feared every outcome. You have learned discernment. You have learned patience. You have learned that silence can be powerful and that waiting does not mean stagnation. These lessons were not accidental. They were necessary. There were moments when you thought your prayers were unanswered, when you felt as though your words fell into emptiness. But even then, something was shifting. Even then, answers were forming behind the scenes. Some prayers take time not because they are denied, but because they require alignment. Alignment of circumstances, alignment of people, alignment of timing, and alignment within your own heart. I was strengthening you internally before changing things externally. Because if I had given you everything you asked for too early, it might have crushed you. It might have distracted you. It might have pulled you away from what truly matters. But now, you are ready in ways you could not have been before. You're beginning to understand that faith is not about controlling outcomes. It is about trusting the one who sees beyond them. And this understanding will anchor you when uncertainty tries to return. There will still be challenges. Do not misunderstand me. Life does not suddenly become free of difficulty. But difficulty will no longer define you. It will no longer intimidate you. You will approach obstacles with steadiness rather than panic, with clarity rather than confusion. You will notice that your reactions are changing. Where you once reacted emotionally, you will now respond thoughtfully. Where you once felt overwhelmed, you will now feel capable. Where you once doubted your ability to endure, you will now recognize your resilience. This is growth. I am teaching you to trust the quiet guidance within you, the subtle sense of peace that confirms when you are on the right path, the gentle resistance that warns you when something is not aligned. This wisdom will serve you well in the days ahead. Soon, you will be faced with decisions that carry weight, choices that influence not only your own future, but the lives of those connected to you. Do not fear this responsibility. You have been prepared. And you will not walk into it alone. I will remind you when to pause. I will nudge you when it is time to move. I will close doors that would lead you into unnecessary struggle, and I will open doors that lead you into growth, even if those doors initially look unfamiliar. You may feel moments of hesitation when stepping into something new. That is natural. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite it. And every time you choose faith over fear, your confidence will deepen. I am also healing the way you see yourself. For too long, you measured your worth through comparison, through approval, through outcomes that never told the full story. But your value has never been tied to performance. You are valued because you exist, because you are loved, because you were intentionally created. As this truth settles in, you will stop seeking permission to be who you are. You will stop explaining your boundaries. You will stop tolerating what drains you. And this will not make you cold. It will make you balanced. Balance will become one of your greatest strengths. You will begin to protect your peace without guilt. You will choose rest without feeling lazy. You will pursue growth without abandoning your well-being. And in doing so, you will discover a deeper sense of fulfillment than you have ever known. I am restoring joy to your daily life, not the fleeting kind that depends on circumstances, but the steady kind that exists even when things are imperfect. You will laugh more freely. You will breathe more deeply. You will sleep more peacefully. And your body will respond to this inner healing with renewed energy. You have carried stress longer than you realize. Worries you normalized, tension you learned to live with. But I am gently releasing those burdens from you now. You do not need to carry them anymore. Let go of the belief that you must constantly struggle to deserve good things. Let go of the fear that peace will somehow invite loss. Let go of the mindset that tells you happiness must be temporary. These thoughts no longer serve you. You are allowed to enjoy this season. You are allowed to feel hopeful again. You are allowed to believe that something good can last. As opportunities begin to present themselves, you will notice that they align with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. You will feel drawn toward paths that honor your values, that respect your time, that allow you to grow without sacrificing your integrity. And when you look back, you will see the contrast clearly. You will see how far you have come. You will see how the pieces fit together. You will see that nothing was wasted. Even your pain had purpose. Even your waiting had meaning. Even your silence carried strength. There will be moments when others seek your counsel, your presence, your perspective. Do not underestimate the impact you carry. Your journey has given you insight that books alone could never teach. Your compassion has been refined by experience. Your wisdom has been earned. Use it gently. Use it generously. But do not give it away carelessly. Protect what is sacred within you. You are entering a phase where boundaries will be respected, because you now respect them yourself. Where your voice will be heard, because you speak with clarity. Where your presence will be valued, because you bring peace, not chaos. And as you continue forward, remember this. You do not need to have everything figured out to take the next step. You only need to stay connected, stay present, stay faithful. I will continue to guide you, not by overwhelming you with the future, but by grounding you in the now. And the now is enough. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are being led. And what awaits you is not something to fear. It is something to grow into. And now, my beloved child, take a deep breath and allow these words to settle into the quiet places of your soul. Because what I am about to speak is meant to seal this season and usher you forward with clarity, courage, and peace. You have listened. You have remained open. You have allowed hope to breathe again. And that willingness alone has already begun to transform you. I know there were times when you felt invisible, when your efforts seemed unnoticed, when your faith felt heavier than your strength. I know how often you questioned whether continuing was worth it. But look at you now, still standing, still believing, still choosing to move forward. That is not accidental. That is resilience, shaped by grace. From this moment forward, you will notice a change in how you carry yourself. You will no longer feel the need to rush. You will no longer feel pressured to prove your worth. You will walk with intention, grounded in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are supported. You are not guessing anymore. You are trusting. There will be days when the world around you feels uncertain. News will shift. Circumstances will fluctuate. People will come and go. But inside you, something will remain steady. A calm awareness that no matter what changes externally, you are anchored internally. This steadiness will become your refuge. I am teaching you to discern between urgency and importance. Not everything that demands your attention deserves your energy. Not every voice deserves access to your heart. And not every opportunity aligns with your purpose. As you learn this, your life will feel lighter, more focused, more intentional. You will begin to recognize when it is time to step forward and when it is time to rest. And you will no longer feel guilty for choosing rest. Because rest is not retreat. Rest is renewal. It is preparation for what comes next. I am opening pathways that will feel natural, not forced. You will not have to chase what is meant for you. What belongs to you will meet you in motion, and when it does, you will recognize it not by excitement alone, but by peace. Provision will arrive in ways that surprise you. Support will come from places you did not expect. Solutions will appear where problems once seemed permanent, and you will understand that this was not coincidence. It was alignment. Do not be afraid of success. Do not shrink when things begin to go well. You are not betraying your past by embracing your future. You are honoring everything you endured by allowing yourself to grow beyond it. You will remember the days when you prayed just to survive. And now you will find yourself praying with gratitude, with vision, with expectation. This shift matters. Gratitude will keep your heart soft. Vision will keep your focus clear. Expectation will keep your faith alive. I am also restoring your sense of purpose, not a purpose defined by titles or achievements alone, but one rooted in meaning. You will feel drawn to contribute, to uplift, to create something that reflects the values you carry. And as you do, fulfillment will follow. There will be moments when fear attempts to return, whispering old doubts, reminding you of past failures. When that happens, pause. Remember who carried you through what you thought you could not survive. Remember how strength found you when you were certain it would not. Fear will lose its grip when confronted with truth. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you became through it. Your voice will carry weight now, not because it is loud, but because it is sincere. Your presence will bring calm. Your words will bring reassurance. And people will feel safe around you, not because you have all the answers, but because you listen with compassion. This is influence born of authenticity. I am blessing the work of your hands. What you put effort into will begin to flourish. What you commit to with integrity will yield fruit, and what you release with trust will make space for something better. You will no longer feel stuck in cycles that drain you. Old patterns are dissolving. New rhythms are forming. And with them comes a sense of forward movement that feels both exciting and grounded. As you step into this next phase, remember to remain grateful. Gratitude will keep you connected to what truly matters. Gratitude will protect your heart from pride. Gratitude will multiply what you receive. Share what you have learned. Not to impress, but to encourage. Not to instruct, but to support. Your story will become a bridge for others who are still finding their way. I am reminding you now, you are not late. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. Everything is unfolding in the right order, at the right pace, for the right reasons. When challenges arise, and they will, face them with confidence, not because you know the outcome, but because you trust the guidance you carry within you. You do not walk alone. You never have. This is the season to stand tall without arrogance, to remain humble without shrinking, to move forward without fear. You are capable, you are supported, you are prepared. From this day forward, choose peace intentionally. Choose faith deliberately. Choose hope consistently. These choices will shape your reality more than you realize. And when doubt tries to speak louder than truth, return to this moment. Remember how calm you felt when you allowed yourself to believe again. Remember how strength returned when you stopped resisting it. Remember how clarity emerged when you chose trust. You are stepping into a life that reflects growth, healing, and purpose. Not perfection, but progress. Not certainty, but confidence. Not control, but connection. I am with you in every step, in every decision, in every quiet moment when you pause and breathe. And I will continue to guide you, strengthen you, and support you as you move forward. Lift your head, steady your heart, open your hands. The journey ahead is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. And it begins now.